Hey everybody, it's Brittany, and today I am doing I have a lot of hands things going on. I'm doing a first impressions. Now, I'm just going to be doing face products today because after I'm done recording this, I'm actually going to be doing a Glamour Dolls instructional video. We have a guest today. Can you say hi, Violet? Say hi, Violet. Violet, over here. Hey. Can you say hi? Anyways, so if you hear a cat, there is one. I do have quite a few products here that I am going to be trying out for the first time or in a different way. For example, I do have this Profusion lip palette, but I wanted to see if I could use it as a cream blush. I'm going to get right into this. The first item that I have, actually I'm going to take these glasses off. Won't be able to see as well, but I obviously can't put my makeup on with glasses on. So, the first item that I have here, I've already opened and unboxed. It is these, which are the Le Soy Macaron blending sponges. And I already took one out to wet it. And these I got from TJ Maxx. They were $5.99. They came with 5. And just as a comparison, so this is what they start out as, and this is what they end up as. And I'm going to say that when I was originally wetting this, this was very firm. Like, I was thinking to myself, this is just, it's not going to work. But it's still a little harder than I would prefer. But I feel like it's more towards the middle of it, that it's really firm, and the outside of it is soft enough to where I probably will have little to no problems actually blending out. The first item that I have is this. Actually, I'll just show you everything that I'm going to be using. I'm going to be trying the Profusion Lip Tint in the shade Rose. I'm going to be using this as blush today. I already showed you the macaroon. I'm also going to be trying out this ModelsOwn foundation stick. I got this in the shade 1, which looks like this. So I wanted to try it because it's got this brown dot in the middle, this, skin colored dot in the middle. And I'm wondering if it will actually work on its own. I will probably just do it first. And if not, then I have this tiny little hourglass sample that came in a, Ipsy bag or something like that. But this shade is too dark for me, so that's the reason I picked this. I'm not really like a foundation hoarder, so I don't have too many foundations. And I usually only have foundations that actually suit my color. So because this one was sent to me and isn't my color, that's why we're going to use that one. Have you ever gotten in those phases where, like, sometimes you, like, keep your nails super long, and then sometimes you're just like, I don't want any of that business, it's too much work? Because, I mean, nails are pretty, and I like them, but I feel like when you have really long nails, it's like an extra effort to do life. The next item that I have is this It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer, and I got this also as a sample in a bag. This is in the shade Light Ultra Fair, and I have swatched it just when I got it to see if it was the right shade, and a little goes a long way, and it is super light. The last two items, I should say, are the Laura Geller Life Glows On Illuminator palette. Not plastic. And it looks like this. And I was drawn to it. I have swatched this in store because of these two shades here. They are beautiful, and while some people are over the colored highlighter, I personally am not. So let me swatch these real quick. They're just iridescently beautiful. And then the last item I have here is the Peach Mist. I bought this a long time ago, and it's been sitting in that drawer, and I don't think I've used it. Okay, maybe I have. Maybe. No, I think that what I did was I have sprayed this because I did buy one of these before. And I have tried to use that one. And what happened is that this spray nozzle kept getting stuck. So I couldn't really use it. I was like pushing it and pulling it, and then I was getting spots on my face, and it was not a good time. So I did repurchase it, and I do kind of want to like retry it out, I guess. All right, so do I have a primer? I don't think I have a primer. Do I have a new primer? I don't really have a new primer, but I do have a primer in here that I have never used, and this is the Urban Decay Optical Illusion, and I don't really prime. This is very silky, dimethicone, silicone. I don't know how else to put it, but yeah, doesn't have really a smell to it, but I smell peach because I sprayed that peach spray. And this is just the Urban Decay Optical Illusion Complexion Primer. It says Smoothing Rosehip Argan Oil Pore Perfecting. And yeah, it's been a while since I've beauty blended my face. Is that going to leave a mark? Probably. Alright, I'm going to start off by using this. Okay, so this is so white. Let's see. Right off the bat, as you can tell, the little skin tone circle in the middle, does nothing. So I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to have to hope that I can counteract all of this hot messness. I'm going to say this is very difficult to use because of the size of it, and it's really hard to like hold on to correctly. But I do like that it can like cup my eye. Arm is getting tired. I don't know if you could tell, but if you look at my neck, you can see how it's like a little bit more yellow toned, which I don't have warm toned skin. I have cool tone. I am going to say this took a tremendous amount of effort to blend out, and I don't think it's the fault of this one. This one seemed to blend out pretty easy. I'm going to lighten my neck up. I didn't have an issue with it. I do feel, though, that this sponge is getting a little bit in the way. First of all, it hurts to blend it out around my eye. And this thing is so big that it's hard to get it to blend correctly. So I do have it blended. I feel like with this sponge, if you press too hard, it is going to not only knock you out, but it is going to leave marks. I did have an issue where, let's see if I can replicate it. Probably not. I think this is set already, yeah. But I did have an issue where at one point I did have a line where it's at, so I feel like this, because it isn't as soft as it could be, that it can leave marks. I will, however, say that I do like how it feels when you are softly applying it around your eye. I feel like these little crevices that make the shape of the macaroon do fit nicely in my eye area, and if it were softer, it would be ideal. I do like the amount of surface area you could technically cover with this thing, if only it were softer. So I'm gonna have to say that as far as this goes, I might use it again, but I'm probably not. Next, I'm gonna be using some of this concealer, and I'm gonna be using my finger to initially apply it because this is very thick. And I will be using it also on my eyelids because I always use concealer on my eyelids. Use the Beauty Blender Beauty Macaron again. Okay, not using the Beauty Macaron. I hate using these kinds. Also, I am going to note that these foundations tend to cling to dry patches. This concealer isn't bad. A little does go a long way. The only issue that I have is that I do not like the way that it applies at all. Now I'm going to set this with my SKINFOOD Peach Cotton Finish Powder. my one I always use. I only set around my eyes and my eyelids because that's the only places that I have the concealer, because I don't want to set the rest of my face because I'm going to be using this next, which is the Profusion Lip. And I'm going to be using the blush part of this one. Alright, so I think I am going to take Pink Chiffon, this really like light pink, and see how that goes. So I'm just going to tap my finger in, and then I feel like this works very nicely as a cream blush, especially since it's matte. So it's already set. I can feel it, like it's already set. It's done. It's done. Alright, so now I'm going to go in. I don't have any other cream products, do I know? Alright, so I'm going to go in and just set the rest of my face with the SKINFOOD, which is my normal. Sorry if I'm like looking this way. I have my mirror this way. This foundation seems to be like emphasizing pores and stuff like that. It's not too bad. I do have a lot of clinging in like dry patch areas right here, which I am not happy about, but I have dry skin. What am I going to do? I have allergies going on. The next item that I'm going to be using is this Laura Geller, and I think I'm going to go into Opal Crush for the high points, and then maybe Diamond Dust down my nose and here. I will say this, that I do have a little bit of shadowing on the front of my face, but a little bit more than I want. I'm going down the bridge with the color Diamond Dust, and then the upper lip as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this sponge again, and I'm just going to pat in that area to kind of eliminate that head-on ashy look that you can get from having a blue highlighter. So by patting it in, it now has more of a float, plus it kind of looks more congruent with my blush. So I like this highlighter palette. I do. It's pretty. And I like the blush too. Alright, then the last, do I have anything else? I think that's all. Oh no, I have two more items because I have the setting spray and I was going to do a lip. I'm going to take this Bellapierre gel lip liner that I got out of a Lip Monthly bag, and I am going to use that along with this Marc Jacobs Mini in the shade Slow Burn. My first impression of this lip liner is that I actually don't like it. The color is pretty, which is why I will keep it, and I will use it because I don't have another nude lip liner. But the thing, well, I shouldn't say I don't like it. I think that it was not what I expected, because this says that it is a gel lip liner, but when I put it on, it skips a lot, and I don't feel like it applies very smoothly. Whereas I have bought a gel lip liner from Wet n Wild, and that one applied smooth, perfect. It was great. This one, however, felt very dry and skipped around a lot. So that is why it's not what I expected. It's not the greatest. And I feel like if you wanted a gel lip liner, that I don't remember how much this one cost, but I am almost positive that the Wet n Wild ones were cheaper than this. So if you were looking at trying to get a gel lip liner, I would probably go for the Wet n Wild before I went for this Bellapierre one. Just personal opinion. So I'm now going to apply the Slow Burn. And I don't really have, well, hold on. Can you see where it like skipped around right there? You can see it really good right here, where I applied the liner, but it didn't want to stay straight. And for someone like me, that's not a good thing. I have to create symmetry on my lips because of the fact that I have scar tissue and whatnot on one side of my lip, or on my upper lip, which makes my lips a little bit uneven as far as how they appear. So it's not a good thing when I am drawing or trying to make one side of my lip even to the other side and it skips around, because that's when you can tell that this side of my lip isn't necessarily real. Where it is real, I guess, it's just, you know what I mean? Like if you're someone who overdraws their lips, which is essentially what I have to do to even them out because one side is missing some of it. So if you overdraw your lips, or like me, you have to make them more symmetrical, it's not a good thing when it skips around, because then you have that issue where it's like half of your lip is, you could see your skin underneath it, your natural, you know, face skin underneath it instead of lip skin, I guess. This is a lot of weirdness in my opinion. But if you understand what I'm saying, that's the problem that I find with liners if they don't work correctly or they skip around, is that it tends to have that, like, you could tell that it's not real. And because I have no choice but to create symmetry with my lips, it then is upsetting when I go through all the whole process of getting my face, or doing my face, only to draw in my lips and have half of it not work. Half of it not look right. And you can still, like, I even went in and fixed it. Can you still see where it's like skipping around still? Like, look. And that's not user error. Like, I could draw a straight line. You could see over here where it is fine, because this is the side where it is my natural lip. But if you look over here, you could see that it's like skips. And I don't know if that's because of the scar tissue that I have underneath it or what, but it almost looks like it won't cling to that area. The only thing I could come up with that it would be is because of the fact that I do have scarring there, even though it's not predominant, but I have scarring underneath it, which is making the skin a little bit different, which is why it's not applying right. I don't know. Bellapierre, I'm gonna have to replace that liner. I can't keep using it. Alright, so now the final product that I have is this, and I am hoping that we do not have any white spots. I had that once, but again, it was the sprayer. It was wrong. So, fingers crossed. I do love the smell of this, though. I don't see white dots. So, bonus. And I'm actually, but I can see, I don't know if you could see it, it is clinging to the hairs on my face. I tend to keep them short. Like, I don't shave my face, like, naked, but I do keep them on the shorter side, because then, like, I shave them, but I don't shave them, like, up to where they're gone. I shave them down to where they're short. So that way, I don't have as much issues with, like, sprays and makeup clinging to it. And because my hairs are so baby fine and white that I don't really have an issue with this, but I find that this one is still clinging to my hair. I don't have anything new as far as eyebrows go. I'm not really one that, like, pan stuff. I don't have, like, pan projects going. But there are, like, a few items that I'm trying to, like, work through to get out of my collection. And one of the items that I'm trying to move to get out of my collection is this one. Alright, so brows are done. Good news about having your brows microbladed is that brows are pretty quick and you just have to follow the lines. The bad part about having your brows microbladed is that you still have to pluck them. Why can't microblading consist of just, like, ripping your face off, creating new brows, and shoving your face back on and never dealing with them again? Anyways, that is all that I have. That is actually a super long video for the items, the few items that I have. Just to recap, I'm going to say that this is a no. I don't like these. Like I said, these are very firm, and I don't like the way that they feel on my face. Just don't. But, I mean, the surface area is pretty nice. I do like that. The lip tint, I do like it for blush. I feel like now that my face, it's kind of warmed up to my face, it is faded. It's not, well, I should say after I've said it, that it's kind of melted into my face, which is always the goal of cream blushes, is to have them look more of a natural flush. I feel like it is easy to go very hard on this though, if you were to use this as a blush, because of the fact that it gets very dark. And these are pretty pigmented, and I mean, they're great in my opinion for blushes. I probably will use this as my sole cream blush from now on. I'm not even going to use it as lip products. It's too much effort anyway with the lip pencil and all that, so I'm going to put it in my blush area. But I actually prefer this over the Tarte one. I have the Tarte cream blush set, and maybe I'll do a video maybe comparing them in the future. But this is amazing. I'm sorry, as far as even as a lip product, it's good, but I love this as a blush product because it says it's matte and it does dry down, so it sets itself, which is perfect in my opinion for the winter, especially if you're going for more of a cream, natural, more hydrating finish during the winter season. So I definitely recommend that if you can find this, pick this up for a blush, especially if you are really into cream blushes like I am. This is perfect. The color selection is amazing. Like I said, it melted completely into my skin. I did use the more lighter shades, so I love this. I'm sorry, I just do. And then as far, what else did I use new? Oh, the concealer, I do like this. I feel like it is creasing a little bit, a lot of it underneath my eye, even though I have set this. So that is an issue, but the color is good. I don't like the way it applies, but I mean, I guess I could always play with it a little bit and try to use a brush with it and see if I can apply it and use it that way. So I'm not mad at it, but I'm not like, this is going to replace this. This is still my favorite. And as far as this goes, I feel like this is a very good lightener. This isn't too heavy. I will do like a swatch on my hand. Like, you could see that on my hand, and then when you blend it out, I feel like it's not too heavy. I mean, it's settling in the lines of my hand, so please keep that in mind. But it has like a powdery finish when it's done, and it's not too heavy, so I feel like this would be perfect to kind of mix in with other shades. I don't know how it will affect formula of other shades because I used this, which is another stick foundation, so I'm gonna have to play around with this and see if I can use it on liquid foundations. Or maybe I'll use it with this one because this one is super heavy, or super, like, it doesn't set right, and this one does. So maybe mixing these together, because this is slightly a little too dark for me, that they would kind of counter, like, make each other a perfect match. So I will definitely try these two out in the future. And the highlighter, I do like the highlighter. I do find that this Opal Crush does leave a like shadow on your face, but as long as you take something and kind of pat it in, it eliminates that forward-facing shadow that you get. And oh, I just swatched the same one again. Diamond Dust, I do like it. It is a lot more subtle. It's what I have here and here, so it's not as, you know, blinding. You can be super heavy on it, and it's like there, but you can also blend it into the skin so it looks more natural. I didn't use this gold shade. This would probably be a shade that I used on my eyes because I don't really like golds too often, but I will say that these are gorgeous. So if you can get your hands on this, which I bought this at Ulta, pretty sure, buy it. This was $32, and it's saying like it's worth $55, which I doubt. I mean, each individual shade would make $55, but these are smaller pans than the original, so it's not really the same. It doesn't equate, you know what I mean? But you get 3 of them, so I would definitely say yes on this. And then as far as this goes, I didn't get white spots. I do feel like it clings a little, and it's a mattifying setting spray. I love the smell of it, but I love peaches in general. So I do feel like this is a good setting spray. I will use it. I wouldn't go for a full size, but I don't use setting sprays too often. Plus, we're getting into the more colder seasons coming up within the next few months. And I don't think that this would be good for winter unless you're super oily. I am kind of combo. I used to be oily after Accutane. I no longer have oily skin. I have combination skin, more dry than oily. So I definitely do, though, like this. I should have done this first impression a long time ago, so that way I could use it more, because it's summer and it's sweaty time. So, and then as far as this primer goes, I don't feel like I have really any issues with how my makeup applied over it, which is good, because usually I have weirdness when I use primers, which is why I don't use primers. So with there not being any weirdness, I feel like this is a good primer, because it doesn't make me weird. Does that make sense? Yes? No? Anyways, so that is my final thoughts. If there is anything else that I used as a first impression and I forgot to mention it or give my final thoughts on it, please let me know down below. I do think, however, oh, the lip liner. No on the lip liner. I'm mad at it, though, currently, so. And the Marc Jacobs lipsticks I've tried before, so that wasn't really a first impression. So anyways, that is my final thoughts. If I missed anything, please let me know. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you come back for more. I love you all, you beautiful unicorns. Bye. Do you like my shirt? I'm not going to tell you who my bias is. That one you can't